Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 4, season 2 of the Go for 222 podcast. Kamish here, and we have a great show in store for you tonight. We're going to have a panel discussion with as many people from the league as possible. I just feel like the last 2 weeks have been a roller coaster. Nothing makes sense, and I want to process, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to help people. If you remember last season, we weren't just a podcast, we were a support group for one another. And I need it right now. I have never in my 13 years of playing this sport, this fake sport, and managing my fake team, have I ever started a season 0-5. I am the biggest loser. I'm on my way to an awful season, an awful showing, and I'm your commish. I'm supposed to be your leader. So again, second episode in a row, I am just hat in hand. I'm sorry for my poor performance. We have a lot to get to. We're going to debrief about the standings, projections, and power rankings when we have our guests coming up in just a few moments. But I wanted to talk about the bounty, the tag game that we've been playing. We started out the season, as you remember, with the champ, Devin, starting out as it. And the winner of his next matchup would remain it, or would take the bounty. But Devin won 3 weeks in a row. Finally was dethroned by the G-Men 2 weeks ago. G-Men had the bounty for 1 week, and then he was upset by the Juggernaut, which is Don't Joe Chasing Waterfalls. Devin, our newest member, rookie of the year candidate. So I just wanted to say congratulations now to Devin, who is the bounty is on your head. So do with that what you will. Devin was also our high scorer of the week, so congratulations to him. A sub is on its way down there to Roanoke. So let's begin season 2, episode 4 of the Go for 222 podcast when we come back. All right, we are back on the season 2, episode 4 of the Go for 222 podcast. We're having our panel discussion on what is going wrong and maybe what's going right with this season in fantasy football. We have a great lineup, a great panel. First, our dear Uncle Joe from North Carolina. How are you, Uncle Joe?
I'm doing great, Joe. Thank you.
Welcome. Thanks for taking the time. We also got from the great state of Texas, Peter, the Kyaluska Retreat. How are you, sir?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Oh, my gosh. No problem. G is on his way. He's having technical difficulties, but Gary from maintenance, he's on his way. But I wanted to kick off the discussion with you gentlemen. And just first of all, Uncle Joe, I want to get, you are the number 1 pick this season. You were projected to be a top performer, it said in your pre-draft report card. How do you feel right now where you're sitting in the league? How do you feel about all this?
Well, I can't be more happy. I'm second in the league.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to move from, I think I was in the 6th position to the 2nd position in just this past weekend. So, I think I'm just getting lucky.
Well, you started this guy. I never heard of this guy before. Maybe I'm just not paying attention. From the Rams, I never heard. He's one of your receivers. Give me a minute. Ty Detmer or not Ty Detmer, some schmuck I never heard of. But he's getting you to the promised land. It's Trey Atwell. I never heard of this guy.
Yeah, neither did I. I just looked for him, and he was like number 1. Like, was he a tight end?
No, he's a receiver. There he is. Hey, G. I can see you. Can I hear you? Oh, hold on. Unmute. So Trey Atwell, never heard of this guy. He's bringing you to the promised land.
Yeah, so I think I just picked him up because I needed a player for a wide receiver because I think I was out of them. And I think I just went to that draft thing, whatever available players, and I hit wide receiver.
The waiver wire, yeah.
And I just said, okay, I'll take them. And I hit the button, and he's on my team.
Wow. He made it to your starting lineup, and now look at you. In our league, completely flip-flopped almost overnight. Pete, you were reigning supreme. You were bringing the thunder, right? And we had these conversations. We were side texting. I couldn't believe what you were doing. You were decimating everybody. What happened?
Well, I'd like to lodge a formal complaint against the Yahoo Fantasy experts for one recommending that I sit Juwan Jennings on the bench and start which one of these bums did I start in his place? Oh, Judy. Judy was my recommendation from Yahoo, as well as Tony Pollard over David Montgomery. And as you talked about last week, I left 77 points on the bench in week 3.
Unprecedented.
That's what happened in week 3. Week 4, I'll take that loss in stride. I just happened to run into a 40 bomb from Derrick Henry with Zach's team, which is fine. And then last week against Mike's Bullshit team, all 3 of my running backs had bye weeks. Tony Pollard, bye week. David Montgomery, bye week. Saquon Barkley, bye week. So, it's good to hear that Uncle Joe had some luck off the waivers. I picked up Tyler Algier for a 5.5 burger and Antonio Gibson for a 6er. So I did not have the same type of luck there. It is what it is. I'm 4-1 in my heart.
4-1 in your heart, you should and Debo let you down as well.
Debo was awful. Really, my best player has been Kittle and Godwin. Godwin has been my most consistent player. Kittle was good. But looking at my team, I have a lot of faith in us. I really do. It's hard to look at my team and not think that I'm going to lodge a massive comeback here in the next coming weeks.
You are actually, Peter. You actually are, because I was looking at your team, and Joe will tell you I look at every team, and I was looking at your team trying to figure out what to trade. I really love Godwin too, but I look at your team. You're not weak in any place. You're just not. Yeah. And I know that I kind of feel like you might have been discouraged because I think you lost 2 in a row or 2 out of 3 or
3.
something.
I'm 3. I'm on a 3 losing streak, but I'm not discouraged. No.
Well, no, good, because I'm glad you're not, because that really just happens. But I was looking at your team. Your team is great. You are going to have a nice comeback.
I think so. And everyone, I want to blame the injuries, but in reality, in fantasy, I feel like everyone has injuries. Everyone's best players are injured all the time. So I got AJ Brown, who's injured. Debo was injured. So I think once those guys come back and I start getting a little more production from Debo and my main starters, I think it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
But it's way more fun when you're scoring 160 instead of 87. So
now, Uncle Joe, you were projected to be at the top of the league. You're at the top of the league. You mentioned your waiver wire. Talk to me about your weekly process leading up to this to Sunday. As someone now, you're in your second year. Talk to me about your process leading up to setting your lineup. What do you do? Or is there research involved? You watching the shows? You're taking a dump. What do you do?
Well, I'm almost afraid to tell you guys what I do.
No, we didn't know.
I think I actually have a pretty good system down. Though I think this next week I'm in major trouble because
you got a lot of bye weeks.
Yeah, exactly. So I think like right now, I think I play Zach, if I'm not mistaken, and I think he's favored to win like 95-5 already. And there's nobody I can actually put on because all my bench players. If you look at my bench players, it's pretty cool because my bench players really do nothing.
Right, they do. That's true. I noticed that. They actually score 0, so you feel good about who you started.
Yeah, so I'm 3-1 on playing just the main players, and of course, Shakir, I had to take him out. He was gold. He was doing really well. And then of course McCaffrey, my number 1 pick. I mean, no one saw that coming, and he's been actually just sitting there. I can't get rid of him. He's on injured reserve. He might not be back the whole season.
No, I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah,
And a lot of people forget that you drafted in the first position, but your first round pick has been wiped out. And as someone who that's happened to at least once, I didn't recover from that, and here you are. So I give you a lot of credit for that. Yeah, you're actually projected to lose by 52 to 110. So,
Yeah.
so Zach,
You know, it looks like you have McCaffrey on the bench, actually. I think we have 2 IR spots, don't we?
yeah, you could actually put him in the IR spot. If you click Christian McCaffrey, there's an extra spot, so you could pick up an extra player in his spot
really?
right now.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's the thing. I can send out a message about it after, but you can
Okay.
pick up some more people.
Then, of course, then I got lucky because Taylor Swift attended the game on Sunday,
Right.
and Kelsey showed up. Hi, Annie.
Peter.
Gamma Ray.
Hi, Annie.
Hi,
So Kelsey showed up and wanted to
You
show.
can't see that.
that's Peter. Hi, Peter.
And Joe, brother Joe.
Joe.
And Joe
Hi,
is
Joe.
Columbo now.
Hi,
Hi,
Annie.
Joe.
Hello.
Hi, that's it, huh?
That's it. That's our. Well, while you're here, my mother-in-law, the best. Look what she got us for the league. She already purchased our
Ooh.
ring for this year. Look at this thing, Pete.
I want a piece of that. That's
Pete
nice.
wants the piece of that.
You
This
gotta
thing is
get a
heavy.
grill.
Is
You gotta
that,
get
Yeah, I
a
gotta get a
grill.
grill.
That Devin
Yeah.
has.
is that real gold?
That is.
It is.
It's really heavy.
14 carat. It weighs about at least like 1,000 grams.
It's like a puppy. It
Notice
feels
she
like a
uses
puppy.
the word grams. I'm not saying she does anything bad or anything. But
You must have used all that money from the inheritance from that. For that.
Yeah.
no, we're going to need that money to actually ship it because it weighs about 30 pounds.
Oh, you know what? We might not have to ship it very far. I might just have to bring it to your house, right?
No, I told her she could just bring it upstairs to me anytime she wants.
All right. So
Oh,
look,
you have
it's
another
locked in the
guy, yeah.
case. It's locked in the case for the future winner. But thank you so
Are those
much.
blood diamonds in there?
Oh, they're conflict free, actually, Pete. I
Okay,
always
that's
do that.
good.
It's blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
diamond.
So,
Well, we-
so Uncle Joe, so you've overcome your loss of your first round pick. You have hit the waiver wire a few times, but all in all, you're just starting your guys. You talk to your guys, you start them week after week, and they've showed up for you.
Yeah, they showed up, but listen, if you really look at the whole league, it's so funny. Look at Devin, who scored almost 200 points. I mean,
Right.
really
Right.
it's just I think again, I'm not sure about this, but it's the luck of the draw and who you're playing, because there's just half of the players this week scored higher than I did.
Yeah. And I feel like this year more than ever, and I want to go to my fantasy legend father-in-law, who knows a lot and has seen a lot. Have you ever seen a season this boom or bust?
No, I never have. I mean, it's just the way the league is. It's the actual league. It's just so inconsistent, up and down. Kamara gets 49 points. He gets 12 points. I mean, it just the tight end last year. Last year was the year of the tight end. Incredible tight ends. At least 5 or 6 of them. This year, we can't get 2 tight ends in the same week that score 10 points. It's just up and down. CD Lamb. Who has CD Lamb? That's Nickel. CD Lamb up and down.
Yeah.
First 2 weeks in the 30s or close, and now like 12.
Welcome, Zach, to the panel. How are you, man?
Doing good, how are you guys?
We're doing well, and we're just commiserating about our teams a little bit. Oh my God, there's another guy coming here. Hold on. Oh, the bullshitter.
Well, I only have a few words, and then I'm going to drop.
Okay.
This is all bullshit. Okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye, Uncle Mike.
Bye.
Mike, see ya. Mike just
Okay,
left.
short and sweet. I really appreciate.
He just said he
Oh, we
was
lost the
blue.
bullshitter.
Exactly.
So Zach, we were just commiserating about all of our ups and downs. Uncle Joe is riding high right now. He's on a winning streak, starting his guys. Pete's on a downward spiral, but he's a strong team. I actually have a power ranking I'm going to show you in a few minutes. How do you feel about the Bijans?
Yeah, so we started off bad. We kind of got it together here this last week. I had a get right game against you.
Yeah, you did. You got
Oh,
right. And I can't believe that was the closest game I played. And I appreciate Pete reaching out to me to say that the commish really took an L on that one. That's
a hard loss.
All season. It was a hard loss. I usually lose by 50.
You put up a ton of points.
You had the fourth most points in the league that week.
I did.
Darnold didn't come through, but everyone else did that week.
Well, I'm actually rocking my Sam Darnold jersey today in honor of that dud, that piece of crap, in my Sam Darnold Jets jersey, who beats the Jets in London, gets our coach fired, which is I'm happy about.
Yeah.
And I still lose the match. So I give you a lot of credit, Zach. And we were just talking that you and Uncle Joe face to face this week, but you're projected to win by like 100. So
me?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh wait, no, hold on, no, not you.
I think it's the other way around.
Oh, that's not right. Hold on. Nickel. There, yeah, the Dak attack. Okay, you're off the hook for that, Zach.
Yeah. I gotta hit the waiver wire this week though. I got depleted a little bit.
There's no one there, man. It's a ghost town.
Yeah.
Gee, what kind of advice do you give us? How do we get out? I'm 0-5. I've never been 0-5. You know me. I'm better than that.
You are better than that. I give you advice. Trade me whatever I send over to you. That might be.
Next time I'll just yes.
No, I don't know, but what I would suggest this, and I think it's been mentioned. Next year we should just get rid of the tight end, because the tight end to me is it's the position that sinks me. So I don't know how you feel, how you guys feel, but I can't find one. Some of you guys have good tight ends, but they're not good anymore. So you don't know what you're gonna. Joe, the last time I saw you in person, you said, "What am I going to do with Kelsey?" And really, except for this past week, what would you do with Kelsey? He's nothing. Below like 8 points every week. So this week now he gave you 15 or maybe 2 weeks in a row now. I don't know what he did last night, but the tight end is, to me, the toughest position. I think it's causing me to sink when I sink more than anything else.
Yeah. So last night, I was watching the game, the competition between Shitters Full, and I don't know who he was playing, but Mike only needed a few points to possibly win his game, and I was at a tight end that just didn't really do anything. Or is that a running back?
Yeah. He was against Nickel. Mike's tight end was Kyle Pitts. He did well.
Who was the guy who was from New Orleans? He played last night, obviously.
Oh, Kamara,
right there. So
that's the guy, right? A few weeks ago, he had 49 points. Last night, he got nothing.
Right. Kamara's season: 22 points, 49 points, 15, 24, and then 12. Right when you needed them the most.
You know what I heard about him? He's one of those tough guys. He has broken ribs. I don't know how you play running back with broken ribs. You can't even. Every time you breathe, it hurts.
Go ahead.
The
other part is these injuries. If someone like sprains their toe, they're out for like 3 weeks. So, it's like, at what point do these players say, okay, I don't know what's going on. It's, if they had to give their money back, they'd still be playing.
And what's been surprising too is there's been people that have been totally taken off the board because their quarterback is injured, right? So Tua, all those Dolphins, those players are worthless now. Even A-Chain, the running back, they can't run, they can't pass, they can't do anything. That whole team, which is the most dynamic offense last year, is now nothing.
Look at Josh. Look at Josh Allen. He, all over the place.
Yeah, that was a bad game.
He even in the game where they totally destroyed the Dolphins, he only had 9 points.
Exactly.
Because he didn't need to score. He didn't need to do anything else.
Right.
I think the Bills were a little arrogant in the offseason in how they handled their wide receiver position. I just think that as good as Josh Allen is, he still needs to be able to throw to somebody. Like I think that they.
Big.
When I say arrogant, I just mean like he's great, but great is only as good as the other side too. And who can he throw to? Who I know he can complete passes to these people here and there, but there's no Diggs. I'm not a big Gabe Davis fan either. He's hot or cold, but there's no Gabe Davis either. So I think they mishandled that, the Bills.
Gabe Davis is on my bench and he's done.
Yeah.
He's cooked.
Just between us, and I hope nobody's listening, I will never in my life ever have Gabe Davis on any of my fantasy football teams ever again.
Can't do it.
Hot take. Don't let the mafia hear that.
You want to trade?
No.
He's available.
Oh yeah, what do you got? Gabe Davis.
Now, Zach, what about your approach? What is your approach? We talked about kind of what Uncle Joe does. What is your approach this week? How do you set your lineups? What kind of research do you do? Do you just fly by the seat of your pants? What's your approach?
Yeah, I'm gonna start my guys. I don't really have a lot of them, but I'm gonna start my studs. I'm gonna stream a defense, and I'm gonna hopefully get Kirk Cousins off the waiver wire because I'm not starting Caleb Williams. I don't care. He had a good game last week. I don't trust him.
You can't trust him. I know. It's a come back to earth spot next week.
Yeah.
How about you, Pete? What are you thinking for next week? You gonna start your guys? You're gonna roll with everybody?
Yeah. I'm pretty much all systems go this week, except unfortunately, the namesake of my team, I can't trust him either. I don't like Kyler. I don't like him, and Call of Duty's coming out soon, so he's going to be distracted. I'm Baker Mayfield all the way. So
I think Baker Mayfield is the play.
Yeah, I'm from he's projected 4 less points. I'm still going with Baker now. I can't trust Kyler.
No, don't trust Kyler. I want to show you a couple of side by side rankings and tell me your impressions on this. So this first ranking here is the draft day projection. So it projected Uncle Mike, those bullshitters, to be in first place. Same record as you, Uncle Joe, 11-2 at number 2, and so on and so forth. G-Man, it gave you that dead last 1-12 projection. Okay, so this is the pre-draft. Then I want to show you where we currently are, where we sit. These are our current standings, and it's completely different. G's number 3 in the league. The Gabagools are right where they projected you. You're coasting right now. I am 0-5, which no one predicted. I was up here. Any thoughts on the current standings versus the projection? Do you think it's all bullshit?
Of course it's bullshit. I mean, like Uncle Joe, you were talking about this 95%, 5% projection already. That may as well be a coin toss. It's you can't trust this shit.
I agree.
You just need to start someone with a pulse, and you could win. You could pull it out.
Well, the question, Joe, is: Are you starting to prep yet for the punishment?
Yeah, I mean, I purchased on Prime Day today some colon blow, so I'm gonna actually be able to prep myself for the. There is no coming out of this. I'm screwed, man. I have no hope. My guy Breece Hall is a complete wash. Totally.
Joe, I think we're getting to the point though at the wedding in a couple of weeks or 3. Yeah. If you are known to be the last, maybe we do the punishment at the reception.
I think if I'm at that point, I might be mathematically eliminated from. I might be someone. Pete, you're the engineer here. You figure out when the point of no return for me to not even get out of last place. There's got to be a way.
If it's at the wedding, then I'll tell the caterer we need 24 wings and 2 pub subs.
2 pub subs, then 2 of something else that whoever's the first in the league, what you guys choose that other one, and I'll just do it right there.
Yeah.
So I want to ask about this because it's 2-2-2, but you also in the first episode had the 2-hour stipulation on there.
Correct.
So I had a question about this, and Uncle Joe and I talked about this, and Zach as well at Kristen's wedding. What if you don't do it in the 2 hours?
I mean, I'm not
because
gonna
you
shame
can't
you
really.
for it.
That's kind of impossible. That's a lot of food.
Impossible is just it's a state of mind.
State of mind.
It's a state of
But
mind. I
should
don't
there
know
not
if
be
you
some
ever-
extra punishment for not doing it within the 2? Or the other thing is, and this is what Uncle Joe, his idea as well, was you just got to do it. You can't get up until you do it.
Right. It's just you just sit there, and honestly, if it's me, I have all the recording equipment here. I could do a time lapse. You could see me eating my wings and whatever else, the subs. I mean, it would be disgusting. It would be absolutely like a horror show.
Well,
But,
I think the real punishment comes from the fact that you can't get up until you finish all that's in front of you.
right.
Bathroom breaks are out of the question, which means diapers are definitely going to be that the loser is going to have to wear.
Yeah, I mean, I've never experienced a 24 hot wing extravaganza, so I might need some icy hot, maybe
It's a lot of wings.
I think 24 wings is.
I think
extreme.
the wings part of though is going to be the easy part for me. I think it's that mysterious third thing that'll just knock your socks off. Like what if it's like I don't know.
Well, where do you get these wings from? Because I typically go to like Wingstop and they're pretty big. I get like an 8-piece. So
And that fills you up.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we have some good wing places around here, so I know I'll have to be strategic.
Yeah, you're gonna
it's
have
not
to get
looking
some.
good. I am not. I'm not hopeful that I'm going to come out of this. Gene, what do you think?
You might have to trade Brees Hall to Joe for Gabe Davis. That might get you out of it.
Anyone want Brees Hall? Brees Hall does nothing. That guy can't buy a yard.
Yeah, not good.
Not good, right?
Garrett Wilson and Brees Hall have been like two of the biggest disappointments, I think, this season.
I know, and they
He was supposed to be your hero, RB.
He is. He's my hero RB. I went hero RB, and I failed. So let me just show you one last thing real quick before I let you gentlemen go. Our power rankings, and this is baffling to me. This makes no sense, but I will present my screen last time. I appreciate your patience, everybody. So the last thing I want to show you guys is, where is that? Oh, next slide. This is the power ranking. I don't know if you can see this. Gabagools has you number 1 in the league. That you have the strongest core team. You're gonna project to score the most points in the league. Followed by Uncle Mike. So you guys are still on top. Pete, you're right there. G, you're right in the middle, even though they project you to be a last place finisher. And I'm right behind you there, right in the middle. So this is the power ranking going into the rest of the season. So Uncle Joe, of all the teams, you're the most consistent. You're at the top in every projection, every metric. So it's yours to lose.
So I have to pick the two things, right? The 2 and the other 2.
Yeah. So it's 2 pub subs, 24 wings, and you pick the other. Right. It could be 2 things. I wasn't thinking. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking like that. Yeah.
Right. So I could say you need to eat 24 wings first, then
Right.
I say 2 shots of olive oil, and then
Oh my God.
and then 2 pub subs.
You could say that. That would really get the mojo flowing with the olive oil. Oh my God.
If it was me, I would give you 2 bottles of Pepto-Bismol. Try to help you out a little bit.
That would be nice, Pete. See,
Yeah.
that would be so then this is the last thing I want to show you guys. This is the projection for how the league is going to shake out as of today. And they actually have Mike Fasano coming out. Shitters full, number 1. Uncle Joe, again, consistent, number 2. 10-3 record, and they have you finishing right behind Mike Fasano. And there I am in last place at 2-11. So if the season ended today, this is their projection. Interesting stuff, don't you think?
Very.
Yeah,
well.
That's like a random number generator, though.
Here's the thing. Same thing about the A+ and the Fs at the beginning of the year. I told Joe and I told Mike, if I get an F from Yahoo after a draft, I consider it a compliment because Yahoo's projections are the worst in the industry.
They are,
as far when we all pick according to like Mike had AI pick or automated
Auto
picking,
draft, yep.
and look what's happened. It's that's based on Yahoo's projections, and their team like basically sucks. I mean, they're so different than so many other sites that if I get an F in a Yahoo draft, I'm happy. I'm happy to see that because I don't believe any aspect of it, except I do think I do have to say Mike's team is powerful too. So I could see it being near the top, but a lot of the other part of that, I can't, especially with me. It's not going to end up that way. But I don't believe in Yahoo. I'm glad when Yahoo does that. It encourages me.
So I have a chance. You're saying there's a shot.
Well, that part might be accurate.
One thing I thought was funny, I got a text from Uncle Mike mid-game. It was mid-game. Anthony Richardson gets injured as quarterback. Uncle Mike texts me on the side, and he says, Joe, why is it not letting me take Anthony Richardson out? He's injured. I was like, you can't. He's locked in. And he was like, that was bullshit. He was trying to drop his player mid-game. I had to explain to him you can't do that.
So, Joe, before you go, I feel like you're winding up, but I do want to say, if you want to have an excruciating experience, put your last player of your week to be your defense, because there's nothing that makes me feel worse. And this happened to Bullshitter Mike when he was playing the champ just a few weeks ago. There's nothing more discouraging in a close game to see your defense losing points, because it puts in 10 right away, and you're all excited. Wow, I'm going to probably win this game.
Right.
The other team, no matter what they do, the other any offensive player on the other team does anything, you're up against their whole offense, and you get a field goal, you get maybe a random touchdown, anything. You're going from 10 points, then you're going down to 7. You're going down to 5, and it's the most excruciating thing. And I never really paid attention to it, except I saw it happen to Mike on the Jets kicking that last field goal in a 32-17 game against Dallas. Mike lost 2 points and lost to Devin by less than 1, I think it was. And actually, I was playing Devin last week, and I was watching my team lose points. We were next to each other. I mean, we were within a point of each other, within a actual point, and the defense is losing points. There's nothing more disheartening than that.
No, I've definitely lost like that. The only thing worse is losing on a kneel down when you're quarterback. I saw someone lose by like 0.1 because Pat Mahomes took a knee, lost a yard, and he lost the matchup because of the knee. That is a bad beat. Wow. So I'm with you, G. That's terrible. Guys, Zach, wedding day coming soon enough. You ready? You ready for this?
Yeah. Think so. We're going down to Wilmington this week to do the final walkthrough of the venue, and I think we're going to meet with one of the vendors too while we're down there. So,
all right. If you want to leave me your phone, I'll set your lineup that day. No problem. I'll take care of it. And you could trust me, seriously.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. Thanks for being on tonight. I wish you luck, and I'm hoping for my first win.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
All right, guys. Great seeing you. Bye, everybody. Take care.
See ya.
All right. I want to thank my guests, Gary, Zach, Uncle Joe, Pete. Best of luck to everybody in the league, and go Jets. Take care, everybody.